Coach, we've got a microphone on this side. If you got a question, just raise your hand. Over on the right.
Matt, just the way kind of this season's gone, do you get used to things like this at this point, or does it still surprise you when it happens?
No, it's, you got to move to the next play until it happens to you at the very end. You get in different scenarios, you get in different situations, and you just try to do the things necessary to help your team, whether you're defending or whether you're, trying to draw up something to get a good look. Obviously, when you get in these situations, especially when you got 1.5 seconds or your time is short, those are some, risky type plays. Like those, you're not going to see those always complete, but you're always trying to run something to help your guys. But in terms of what we did at the end of the game, like I wouldn't trade anything. I thought our defense on Johnny Davis when he banked it in was good. I thought our defense on Hepburn when he banked it in, was good. You get beat by two shots that are so far off that they bank in, like, it's just, it's bad luck right there. But they're a good team. Like, don't take anything away from them. They came into Mackey Arena and beat us, and that's probably more of a loss than anything, is that game. But they outscored us here. They beat us 70-67, and that's the nature of the game. And we've been in games like this before where, we've gotten some breaks, and they got some breaks at the end. But you have to give them credit. They also worked really hard to be in this position. And they've won a lot of close games all year. So it's not like they're not good at winning close games. Like they have found a way all year, and they got a special group.
Steve?
Just the way Edey's performed for you all season, what kind of factor he's been for you all season, and also tonight, just the way he was kind of able to play down the stretch and score for you.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. Like he's fun to coach. Comes early, stays late, watches extra film. You actually say things to him and he tries to do it. It's a hell of a concept. And it's a breath of fresh air. So a guy like that didn't play freshman basketball to be in a game like this and to be able to make some plays and where he's at. So I'm happy with him, but I'm more pleased with his effort and his attitude. He shows up every day and tries to help Purdue.
Over on the right.
Matt, when you look at Saturday's game, turnovers kind of hurt you tonight. Free throw shooting.
Yep.
Do you feel like you guys are your own worst enemy right now in these situations?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, the turnovers, you're mad. You're upset about that. We control that. No one's out there trying to miss a free throw. But when you have 17 turnovers at Michigan State, once again, you don't want to take anything away from the other team. You feel like Purdue's beating Purdue. I didn't feel like Purdue beat Purdue tonight. You have 10 turnovers. We out-rebounded by 6. We did some good things. I thought our fight on the defensive end was good. It wasn't perfect, but I thought it was really good, especially after we got down 11 there in the second half. So we've gotten some bad breaks, but we got to do better. We got a lot of room for improvement, making free throws. And the one thing about the rebounding and the turnovers, like it can, as we know, it can sway. So you just got to keep working on those things and keep putting yourself in position where, you're having, even though we didn't have fewer turnovers than them, they're obviously really good in that area with only 6 turnovers. So, it can be difficult, it can be tough, but I thought tonight we played well enough to win. Other night we could have won, but I don't know if we deserved to win, right? I think that's probably the difference there.
Kind of a two-part deal here. What makes Tyler Wall so hard to cover, and how come you wanted your 5-man on him so much?
Just to make him score over size right there. We were going to live with, he's 5 for 33 from 3 on the year. We were going to live with his long 2, or if he shot a 3 and he made one of them, we were going to live with that. We just thought Johnny Davis and taking up space, with the next guy, and then pressuring Curl when he had it. So whenever Curl had it, really getting into him and making it hard for him, and then backing off of him. But it's tough because he's so good with the ball. So now he can attack those 5s and get angles. But we thought that, Zach's size, him having to score over Zach. With that being said, he had a couple field goals over him, and he did a good job. He's a good player. He's probably one of those guys that doesn't get voted all conference, but in terms of his impact, he's probably one of the top 15 guys in our leagues in terms of an impact. Like he defends, he can defend different people, he gives his best effort, he gets 50-50 balls, he gets rebound, he just makes winning plays. If he can get to where he can shoot and make an open shot, he could have a hell of a career as a professional. If he can get that fixed, because he's got everything else. He's going to help whoever team he plays for, whether it's overseas, the G League, the NBA, or whatever. He's going to help them win. guys like that just win.
This was winning the Big Ten was a stated goal by your team. They talked about it. They wanted it. They wanted to win it. How do you get them to move on from this? And can this fuel you guys as you get into the postseason?
Yeah, you just do. Like it's one of those things where, one or, two teams are going to win the league now. It's not going to be us. That's the way it is. If you don't like it, then you should have won at Rutgers, or you should have won at Indiana, or you should have won at Michigan State, or you should have beat Wisconsin twice. Like that's the nature of competition. Tough. You got to sit in it. But while sitting in it, now that helps you. Like if you sit in it and you care, like now you bounce back and you're better because of it. The bad piece would be if this was the end for us. This isn't the end for us. So now we got another regular season game. We got our Big Ten tournament, and we've beaten a lot of good people. We've had some tough losses, but it's part of it. Make your team, make each individual stronger, and just keep plugging.
Steve?
It's also the second time you faced Wisconsin. Hepburn's just a freshman. What's the difference you see in him tonight versus maybe earlier this season?
Well, he's a confident kid. He's a strong, sturdy, kind of lead guard, and he plays hard. He scraps. He gets his hands on a lot of balls. Tonight, he got going and he made those 2 threes right away, and we were scoring the ball at that time, and it really helped him. But no, he's a good player. Like we had him at our elite camp probably 3-4 years ago. To be able to come into this league and be able to play, and another one of those guys that makes an impact, makes a winning impact. So, but he's a good player. He's going to win a lot of games here at Wisconsin.
Good. Time for one more. Jim in the back.
Okay. Matt, I'm sorry, I just walked in and you
You're
might have
good.
asked this already. You've been in this building a lot. Do you remember it being like this, just in terms of loudness and atmosphere? And I know there's been a lot of chances that
Right.
it's close, but I don't know, this seemed different tonight.
Not to me. Not to me. It's always been crazy. Like these guys are. I love Wisconsin's fans, man. They're into it. They're basketball fans. They get it. And this was a great environment. This was great for our league. And we always try to gauge like how many points Mackey Arena gives us. Like how many points when you get beat by 3, like were they worth 3 points? Like at least. But I thought our guys showed poise and showed some resiliency. Once we got down 11 and it really started getting loud. And if I had my way, I'd call a timeout every time they get loud. But obviously, you're going to run out of those timeouts. But no, this is a special place.
Thanks,
guys.
Coach.
Thank you.